Our next game. Oh my gosh. Okay, this one's so big, so influential. Okay, so it's the summer. I think it is. We'll see what the exact date is. So we're in 1977. This is our very first home computer game, and this is the Apple II. We are going to be playing even computer games. This game is a game programmed by Steve Wozniak. And he eventually he programmed the first game we saw, Breakout, in the arcade, but for Atari, and then he did this kind of as a homebrew whenever the Apple II came out in 1977. This year in 1977, we had three home computers that took the world by storm. It's called the Trinity of home computers. It's Apple II, it's the TRS-80, or the Radio Shack, Tandy Radio Shack, TRS-80, and it's the and it's the Commodore PET. So these three home computers went throughout the world, and now people have computers in their home, and they're playing games in their home, but not just playing them like on a console. Now they're having people program, because if you had a home computer, you had BASIC, and you could start making your own games. So at this point, if people go through the history of video games, they usually stop here around 1977, because there's so many games now, they're going to be popped out by all the programmers at home that you can't keep up. But guess what? On this channel, we are keeping up with every home computer game and every game that's going to be released in order, including the Apple II. So here we go. This is our first home computer and first game, the Apple II. Let's see if we have any images, because this is just a homebrew that Steve Wozniak made. But there's an example of fan art of the disc. There's an example of the graphics on the Apple II. And yeah, it's just screenshots. It's meant to be a demo to show off, hey, this is the Apple II. Look what you can play in the home, or program yourself in the home. All right, so here we go. We're going to play Breakout on the Apple II. Let's try to see. Oh yeah, let's see if this even runs, first of all. So this is June 10th, 1977. We are technically not playing this on the very first Apple II, because I'm going to bore you with load times. We're playing this on a more advanced Apple II, so everything comes through a little bit faster. So this is Breakout. The object is to destroy all the bricks. Hi, what's your name? Hefe. Standard colors, Hefe? Yes. Oh, and we're in. So here's the game. Looks like we have our paddle on the left side. Do we have a joystick for this? Let me see. We do. Okay, so I'm moving. Oh man, it's very sensitive. So they did have a joystick they plugged in. It was similar to the joystick that they had for Atari, but that joystick hasn't even come out yet for the console. So they're using a prototype to play this game. But it's Breakout. We've seen something similar to this, where you have a paddle on the left, like Pong, but instead of playing with another person, you're just breaking the bricks on the other side. So this was the very first home computer game that you could play, which was Breakout, and it's essentially what you'd expect. Oh, your score of 6 is terrible. Same colors, Hefe? Yes. I don't know if I can change the colors, or what the colors would change to. At least we have something happening. Okay, here we go. No, please let me move my paddle. It is still slow, even though we're playing on more advanced hardware, but just pretend you're playing on the original Apple II, and it was going even slower than this. And is there a score? Oh, it's showing you at the bottom how many balls are left. I do have a score. So it's still a step up from... Oh, I should have gotten that one. It's still a step up from what we've seen in the home, but this is it. This was the game, and it was pretty much a demo. So, great job, Miss Claus. This is the beginning of the end, where we get way too many video games. All right, so if you were to rate this, this is something we've never seen before as far as a home computer, but as far as the quality, and since it's a demo, we're going to give this a 2-star. This isn't the first time we've seen Breakout. Breakout's been around, and there's been other copies of Breakout. So it is not a full game, and it is showing off the system, so I'm going to say 2 stars. All right. So that was our intro to Apple II home computers. Moving on to our next game. We are back in the arcade. In 1977, this is Poolshark. let's see some of the artwork for Poolshark. Poolshark, exciting pool theme. That's how you advertise. Tell everybody it's an exciting pool theme, because this is the very first pool-themed video game ever. Poolshark. It's got a 23-inch monitor. Does that help sell more Poolsharks? I don't know. But it is by Atari, and there's an example of the arcade cabinet. There's the control panel. Looks like this is, I don't even know what the controller is. Is that, it looks like a trackball, I guess, instead of a joystick. But we are back in the arcade. This is programmed only with black and white. We just saw a home computer programmed in color by Steve Wozniak. So the arcade needs to step it up a notch. We need something in color here. All right, let's see what the manual looks like. This is the operation manual for Poolshark in the arcade by Atari. Does it have any info for us? 1977. Eventually, these manuals will have a story. Oh, there we go. Here we go. This is all we need to read. What is Poolshark? Poolshark's an Atari game that simulates the game of pocket pool, no pun intended, on a 23-inch TV monitor. This game has a self-test feature that tests approximately 75% of its internal circuitry. We hope the game earns you lots of money. There we go. That was the best manual. One page, one paragraph. Just beautiful. All right, let's see if Poolshark works for us. We are June 30th, 1977. This is Poolshark in the arcade by Atari. All right, we got a great marquee and some of the artwork for the arcade cabinet. Let's see if we have any options in the back. We have extended play, how many racks you can play, and then every arcade cabinet has these in the back. You can actually switch them to program how many coins work. So right now this one's programmed, so I put 1 coin in. That means we get 1 credit to play. But I can change it for 1 coin gives us 2 credits, or 4 credits, or is there a free? No, there's not a free. This is, or we could make it more expensive. You put 2 coins in, you get 1 credit. So let's just do the use for that one, and let's see what happens when we put a coin in. A cha-ching. Push start, or insert another coin. Now we'll push start. All right, so I push start, and looks like I have full range. I have a joystick I'm using. So I have full range of a joystick, and I'm literally just moving the cue ball around the screen. Can I just hit? I just moved the cue ball to the side. So there wasn't any pool stick. The physics is all over the place, though. Look at the balls are still moving around, and I can move my piece or the cue ball, but okay, I hit the 13 in, but it's not really pool. So this is the first simulated pool kind of game in the arcade, or ever. This is the first one we've ever seen. But this isn't real pool. I'm freely moving a cue ball around, and then I just smack into the balls, and that's the game. And I don't even know, is there a score for this? It's just giving me different racks to play. There has to be something to it. I guess it's just fun to see that you hit a cue ball and then the other balls are falling in. But here's the problem, Atari. These were put in bars. Bars had real pool. Why would you play this when you had real pool to play? I don't know. All right, that's enough of Poolshark. This one, I'd say below average. Yeah, we're going to say below average 2 stars because it's still black and white. We've seen things better around for the era. So 2 stars. Moving on, let's go to our next game. Next game we have is Starship One from 1977. The video looks very similar to a television show that came out a little before this. Anyone know what I'm thinking of, possibly? But they haven't ripped it off yet. There is going to be some games ripping off other games and games ripping off other things, and they don't actually say they're that franchise, but you can get the gist. All right, let's see the images for Starship One. All right, we really need to check out some of this stuff because we're so obscure now with which games are coming out. I honestly do not know what this is. What is Starship One? It's realistic space war action. Players fly Starship, fire lasers and proton torpedoes. What? They even said proton torpedoes. It's got to be Star Trek. Come on. Oh, I said Star Trek. It's Starship One. So there's an example of the arcade cabinet. Looks like we got a really cool joystick to control the ship. Got an example of the circuit board. And there we go. We have a joystick to move our starship. We have lasers, torpedoes, and then if we want to go fast or slow. So there's our graphics. We're still being programmed in black and white. Let's see if we have anything for the manual for Starship One. This is by Atari still. Atari is still the #1 king in video games, 1977. This is the operation and service manual for Starship One by Atari, and let's see if it has anything for us. So this is, here we go. Starship One is a futuristic one-player computer-controlled game that simulates space flight. That would be our first game, especially if it's doing a first-person perspective. The object of the game is to destroy alien spacecraft while maneuvering through star and asteroid fields. The player score is determined by the number of alien spacecraft destroyed. So, if this is doing what I think it is, this would be one of the first games we've seen that is attempting this, where we're looking through a view like we're in a starship, and we're going to go around and shoot things. We have additional apps. Looks like we have a prototype. We won't check that one out. But let's see what Starship One's about. This is July 1977. Starship One in the arcade by Atari. And we got the full thing. This is a full arcade cabinet. Marquee at the top, information panel. And you have the joystick, which is meant to be like you're flying the ship. That's awesome. If you look down at the bottom, it has even the slow and fast button. Let's see what the controls are for this one. Button 1, 2, and 3, and start and coin. Okay, so this is the attract mode. It looks like it's just flying us through. I don't know what they're trying to do with the static things. It looks like just TV static is coming at, or TV static circles are coming at us. Maybe that's asteroids. We have to use our imagination in 1977 sometimes. All right, so let's put a coin in. There's our 25 cents. You are now in command. Press start to begin mission. All right, I'm ready. I push start. So I have my joystick. Oh, this is awesome. And I have, proton torpedoes. Let's see if I can shoot my lasers. There's my lasers. And I'm hitting the ships. Oh, wow. Gosh, if you're sensitive to flashing lights, please close one of your eyes, because Starship One was trying to give people seizures back in 1977, it looks like. So there's my lasers. I got my proton torpedoes, and then I can switch between, here we go. I can go slow. I want to go slow. And then I can go fast if I want. Okay, so this is one of the first arcade games we've seen, wow, that's trying to give you an experience. So you're playing the game, and I know that there's points, but the fact that it's a first-person shooter where you're in a starship going around shooting the ships and planes, it's awesome. They're really giving a bigger effect than any other arcade game we've seen. Oh yeah, that's awesome. Love it. So it's got I got the gist of Starship One. This is one of the best arcade games we've seen, especially if you were thinking of it as being back in 1977. That's pretty good. Okay, so this one I'm going to give above average. 3's our average because of what it's trying to do, and because of we haven't never seen anything like this. Let's give this one 3.5 stars. Pretty good.